flipping through the newspapers, switching through multiple news channels, exploring different websites and online mediums for relevant news? Keeping up to date with important news is not only time-consuming but also requires meticulous upkeep of notes for thorough revision. With a limited period in hand and abundant resources to study from, do not let current affairs come in the way of your prelims success. Join the PT 365 program by Vision IAS and advance in your preparation for current affairs. Starting on 9th January at 5 p.m., this 20-day course offers comprehensive coverage of 1 year of current affairs in 60 hours. Join for improved knowledge with complete coverage of The Hindu, Indian Express, PIB, Economic Times, Yojana, Economic Survey, etc. Doubt-clearing sessions and mentoring for thorough knowledge. Access to Sandhan personalized test with 25,000 plus questions. Access to live and online classes for flexibility in timing. It's time to devote your energy to smart learning and not running. Enroll today and excel in UPSC prelims with a strong command of current affairs.
Hello and welcome to this edition of News Today. Without delay, let's have a look at the headlines first. External Affairs Minister highlights plurilateralism as key to resolving strained international order. Chief Justice of Delhi High Court emphasizes judiciary's role in modern constitutionalism. Ministry of Mines reclassifies Barytes, Felspar, Mica and Quartz as major minerals. Government to set up Deregulation Commission to reduce states' role in governance, says Prime Minister. RBI Deputy Governor warns against reckless financialization. Global glacier loss accelerates sea level rise. In our first news for the day, we bring you the latest update on global diplomacy. At the recent G20 session on global geopolitical situation, External Affairs Minister emphasized the importance of plurilateralism in addressing the challenges of a strained international order. Criticizing the dysfunction of traditional multilateralism, the minister emphasized plurilateralism for inclusive, transparent global cooperation to address global deficits. But what is plurilateralism? It is a governance strategy where a subset of countries within a larger multilateral framework collaborates to negotiate agreements on specific issues. Unlike multilateralism, which seeks broad consensus among all or most nations, such as agreements under the WTO or UN treaties. Plurilateralism offers a more agile and targeted approach, contrasting with multilateralism's inclusive but often gridlocked consensus. The rise of plurilateralism can be attributed to several factors. Faster decision-making is one of its key advantages, as it bypasses delays associated with broad multilateral talks. An example of this is the multi-party interim appeal arrangement, which was formed to address the dysfunction of the WTO's appellate body. Additionally, plurilateral agreements allow nations to focus on specific issues. The Mineral Security Partnership, a US-led initiative, is a prime example, as it seeks to secure critical mineral supply chains and reduce reliance on China. Further, plurilateralism helps in bypassing multilateral stalemates as it helps in overcoming deadlocks in global institutions. For example, the WTO Doha round failure led to regional trade agreements or RTAs. Additionally, strategic alliances and geopolitical shifts are driving the adoption of plurilateralism. Countries are forming strategic alliances through plurilateral agreements to enhance cooperation in trade, technology, and security. For example, AU-KUS, the Trilateral Security Pact. Let's also take a closer look at India and the shift to plurilateralism. India's approach reflects its diplomatic agility, sectoral leadership, and strategic crisis management. By joining the US-led Quad while maintaining its position in the Russia-India-China or RIC strategic triangle, India demonstrates its ability to navigate complex geopolitical landscapes. Additionally, India has taken the lead in sectoral plurilateral initiatives such as International Solar Alliance 2016, showcasing its commitment to global sustainability efforts. Plurilateralism also enhances India's credibility in crisis management. allowing it to engage all stakeholders without taking sides. This is evident in India's ability to maintain strong ties with conflicting powers in the Ukraine war and West Asia. As articulated by the External Affairs Minister S. Jaishankar in the India Way, India's strategy revolves around engaging America, managing China, cultivating Europe, reassuring Russia, and bringing Japan into play, an approach that underscores its evolving role in global diplomacy. With the growing complexity of international relations, plurilateralism is emerging as a practical and effective solution to navigating global challenges. Moving ahead, in a recent lecture, the Chief Justice of the Delhi High Court emphasized the judiciary's crucial role in modern constitutionalism. He highlighted the importance of distinguishing between merely having a constitution and actively practicing constitutionalism. But what is constitutionalism? It is an idea that the government can and should be legally limited in its powers, and that its authority or legitimacy depends on observing these limitations. The Indian judiciary has played a vital role in shaping modern constitutionalism through progressive interpretations of the Constitution. A prime example is Navtej Singh Johar and others versus Union of India case of 2018, which upheld the rights of the LGBT community. Constitutionalism is characterized by several key features that ensure our government operates within legal limits while upholding democratic principles. These include popular sovereignty, which forms the foundation, reinforced by the separation of powers. A responsible and accountable government is essential, and a rule of law guarantees that all individuals are subject to the same legal framework. An independent judiciary upholds justice by interpreting laws impartially. Furthermore, respect for individual rights safeguards fundamental freedoms, ensuring that citizens' liberties are protected from state overreach. The Indian legal framework reflects constitutionalism through several key aspects. The supremacy of the Constitution, as enshrined in Article 13, ensures that all laws and policies conform to the fundamental law of the land. Additionally, fundamental rights and directive principles of state policies serve as guiding pillars that safeguard individual liberties while promoting social justice. The basic structure doctrine established in the Kesavananda Bharati case of 1973 further reinforces constitutionalism by preventing fundamental alterations to the Constitution, even through amendments. Emerging trends indicate a dynamic shift in constitutionalism. The internationalization of constitutional laws is evident as constitutional functions increasingly extend to the international level, as seen in market access rights and most favored nation clauses. Simultaneously, the constitutionalization of international laws is gaining prominence, as increasing importance of non-state actors such as international NGOs, MNCs, etc. are challenging the role of state as the exclusive subject of international law. With these evolving trends, the role of the judiciary remains pivotal in ensuring that constitutionalism is not just an ideology, but an active practice in governance. In a significant policy shift, the Ministry of Mines has reclassified Barytes, Felspar, Mica, and Quartz as major minerals. This decision follows the recent approval of the National Critical Mineral Mission by the Union Cabinet and is based on recommendations from an interministerial committee led by Dr. V.K. Saraswat. Minerals, which are naturally occurring substances of organic or inorganic origin with definite chemical and physical properties, play a crucial role in various industries. But what are the reasons for reclassification? The reclassification is particularly important because quartz, feldspar, and mica are found in pegmatite rocks, which serve as an important source of critical minerals. Previously, when leases were granted as minor minerals, associated critical minerals were not reported or extracted. Their significance has grown due to their applications in new technologies, energy transition, spacecraft industries, and healthcare. Similarly, baryte often occurs as concretions and vein fillings in limestone and dolostone. It is found in association with ores of antimony, cobalt, copper, lead, manganese, and silver, and has multiple industrial uses. It plays a vital role in oil and gas drilling, electronics, TV screens, rubber, glass, ceramics, paint, radiation, shielding, and medical applications. Once categorized as major minerals, there would be an increase in exploration and scientific mining of these minerals, which are an important source of many critical minerals. For context, let's look at major and minor minerals. Major minerals are those specified in the schedule appended in the Mines and Minerals Development and Regulation (MMDR) Act of 1957. The Act also defines minor minerals as building stones, gravel, clay, sand, and other central government notified minerals. Minor minerals administration and regulation fall to state governments. This move marks a major step in India's strategic mineral policy, ensuring better resource management and industrial development. In a major move towards reducing bureaucratic hurdles, the Prime Minister has announced the formation of a Deregulation Commission aimed at minimizing the state's role in governance and enhancing ease of doing business. This initiative is part of the government's broader effort to cut red tape and streamline regulations, which was also highlighted in the introduction of Jan Vishwas Bill 2.0 in the Union Budget 2025-26. The Jan Vishwas Bill 2.0 seeks to decriminalize over 100 outdated legal provisions, making it easier for businesses to operate without excessive government interference. But what is deregulation? It refers to the reduction or elimination of government oversight in industries and has been a key driver of economic growth globally. Countries like the US with the Department of Government Efficiency, the UK with the Better Regulation Framework, and New Zealand with the Ministry of Regulation have successfully implemented similar reforms. Moving on to the significance of deregulations in fueling economic activity. Experts believe that deregulation will be helpful in boosting investment. India needs to increase investment from 31% to 35% of GDP for 8% growth. For instance, Japan and China leveraged deregulation to accelerate economic growth. It also enhances economic freedom as deregulation removes bureaucratic hurdles, fostering competition. For example, Jan Vishwas Act 2023 decriminalized 183 provisions across 42 central acts, easing business compliance. Additionally, deregulation helps in reducing compliance costs for MSMEs as they lack resources to navigate regulations and benefit from deregulation. For example, Haryana and Tamil Nadu amended building regulations to ease compliance for small businesses. States like Andhra Pradesh, Karnataka, and Haryana have already relaxed prohibitions on women working night shifts, creating new employment opportunities. Deregulation, while fostering economic growth and reducing bureaucratic hurdles, comes with several challenges. Market monopolization is a major concern, as larger firms may dominate industries, reducing competition and pushing out small businesses. Additionally, lack of transparency can arise when companies withhold critical information, hindering investor decisions and eroding public trust. Another significant risk is the potential for exploitation, where deregulation may lead to unethical practices such as price gouging. These challenges highlight the need for balanced regulatory measures to ensure fair competition, transparency, and consumer protection. With this Deregulation Commission, India is set to take another significant step towards enhancing economic freedom and attracting global investments. Moving on, the Reserve Bank of India's Deputy Governor has issued a strong warning against reckless financialization, cautioning that the temptation of short-term gains in financial markets could easily overshadow the long-term financial security of individuals. His remarks highlight growing concerns over excessive speculation and its potential risks to the economy. But what is financialization? It refers to the increasing influence of financial motives, markets, instruments, actors, and institutions in both domestic and international economies. It often involves shifting investments away from traditional physical assets, such as real estate and gold, toward financial assets, like mutual funds and stocks. However, the Deputy Governor warned that reckless financialization could create systemic risks, including market volatility, increased debt and default risks, and loss of investor trust, similar to what was witnessed during the 2008 global financial crisis. Several factors are fueling this trend. Excessive credit availability through unsecured loans and margin trading has led to a surge in speculation. The rise of complex financial instruments drive aggressive trading and market volatility. Additionally, the proliferation of high-frequency trading or HFT and AI-driven algorithms are accelerating market movements beyond rational levels, posing significant technological risks. Another major concern is financial illiteracy, with many retail investors engaging in speculative trading without fully understanding the risks. The focus on short-term profits often overshadows long-term financial planning. Moreover, technological risks is also a reason as AI-driven trading lacks explainability, increasing systemic risks. And lastly, peer pressure in retail investing. Social media influences and herd mentality push inexperienced investors into speculative trading. To tackle reckless financialization, a multi-pronged approach is essential. Enhancing financial literacy plays a crucial role in ensuring that investors make informed decisions. At the same time, strengthening regulatory oversight is necessary to prevent financial malpractices. A balanced approach to regulation and innovation can help promote financial growth while maintaining market stability. Encouraging responsible lending practices ensures that credit availability does not fuel excessive speculations. Additionally, human oversight in AI-driven finance is crucial to mitigating the risks posed by algorithmic trading. Boosting financial inclusion with active participation allows a wider section of society to benefit from financial markets. The RBI's warning serves as a wake-up call for policymakers, financial institutions, and retail investors alike, urging them to exercise caution and responsibility in navigating the evolving financial landscape. A groundbreaking study published in Nature has revealed alarming data on glacier melt, showing that melting glaciers have contributed nearly 2 centimeters to global sea level rise since the beginning of the 21st century. The findings underscore the growing impact of climate change on our planet's water systems. According to the study, glaciers have lost approximately 270 billion tons of ice annually between 2000 and 2023, marking a drastic decline over the past 25 years. The largest contributors to this glacier mass loss include Alaska, the Canadian Arctic, peripheral glaciers in Greenland, and the southern Andes. Sea level rise, defined as an increase in ocean surface height relative to land in a particular location, is primarily driven by two factors: glacial and ice sheet melting, which is directly linked to rising global temperatures, and thermal expansion, where seawater expands, leading to an increase in volume as ocean temperatures rise. The consequences of this rising trend are severe. Higher sea levels intensify storm surges and coastal flooding, posing a serious threat to human settlements as nearly 15% of the world's population lives within just 10 kilometers of a water body, making them vulnerable. Additionally, freshwater contamination due to saltwater intrusion endangers agriculture and drinking water sources. Experts warn that by 2100, around 630 million people could be at risk of annual coastal flooding as rising seas threaten low-lying areas. India is also facing significant threats from sea level rise. Reports indicate that between 1990 and 2016, West Bengal lost approximately 99 square kilometers of land due to sea level rise. Mumbai, which records the highest sea level rise in the country, is at an increased risk of flooding and infrastructure damage. With 29% of India's population living within 50 kilometers of the coastline, displacement due to rising waters remains a critical concern. Meanwhile, cities like Chennai and Kolkata face mounting threats to their freshwater resources due to saltwater intrusion. The study's findings highlight the urgent need for global climate action to mitigate further damage and protect vulnerable communities from the long-term impacts of sea level rise. In today's Place in News, we turn our attention to Australia with its capital, Canberra. Recently, the External Affairs Minister engaged in discussions with his Australian counterparts, focusing on key issues related to the Indo-Pacific region. Now let's take a closer look at the political and geographical features of Australia. Australia is unique as it is both a country and a continent and is entirely surrounded by the Indian and Pacific Oceans with no land borders. Its maritime boundaries include the Indian Ocean to the west and south, Pacific Ocean to the east, Coral Sea to the northeast, Timor Sea to the northwest, Arafura Sea to the north, and Tasman Sea to the southeast. Geographically, Australia is the world's smallest, flattest, and second driest continent after Antarctica. Major water bodies include the Murray and Darling rivers, along with the Lake Eyre Basin, one of the largest internally draining river systems. Notable nature features include the Great Barrier Reef, the world's largest coral reef, off Queensland, and the Great Dividing Range, stretching along the east coast. As we conclude today's main news, let's have a look at some quick updates. NCISM has concluded the first phase of the Desh Ka Prakriti Parikshan Abhiyan with historic 5 Guinness World Records. NCISM is a statutory body constituted under the National Commission for Indian System of Medicine Act 2020. It consists of 29 members appointed by the central government. India assumes chairmanship of Bay of Bengal Intergovernmental Organization. It is an intergovernmental organization promoting cooperation and providing technical advisory for sustainable coastal fisheries in the Bay of Bengal region. Bangladesh, India, Maldives, and Sri Lanka are the member countries. RBI plans $10 billion dollar reswap to improve liquidity. It is a financial tool used to manage liquidity in the banking system. The RBI buys US dollars from banks in exchange for Indian rupees in the buy phase. This increases the rupee liquidity in the banking system. A study finds that human activities outside protected areas drive biodiversity loss, with extinction filtering causing the disappearance of sensitive species. Extinction filtering is the process where species sensitive to human disturbance disappear, leaving only those capable of surviving in degraded landscapes. Recently, Vietnamese government published a map of its Gulf of Tonkin baseline. Baselines are used to determine limits to territorial waters and exclusive economic zones. Vietnam shares a maritime border with China in Gulf of Tonkin. It is a northwest arm of the South China Sea, bounded by China, Hainan Island, and northern Vietnam. Bharat Tech Triumph program has been launched to support digital and online gaming in India by Interactive Entertainment and Innovation Council in partnership with the Ministry of Information and Broadcasting. The objective is to identify and showcase India's gaming talent on the international stage. Novel technique unearthed to enhance next-generation lighting through perovskite light-emitting diodes. It combines the advantages of organic LEDs and quantum dot LED, reducing their sensitivity to heat and moisture, as well as color instability, paving the way for efficient, durable optoelectronic devices. Ministry of Electronics and Information Technology introduces Digital Brand Identity Manual to harmonize the government's digital presence. The initiative focuses on simplifying and standardizing government websites. The aim is to ensure that citizens from diverse backgrounds can easily navigate and access essential government services. Before we sign off, let's challenge your understanding in today's installment of Test Your Learning. Thank you for joining us. We hope you found this episode of News Today engaging. For the solutions to the quiz and to access the PDF version of News Today, remember to visit the provided links in the description below.